not only is he coming to a new team, but if you've watched these last few games and even the game last night, Beasley got so many wide open threes, it was insane.
Yeah.
And that is an adjustment in and of itself.
Yeah.
When you're in the flow, you see it all the time. Happened in the game last night with LeBron. When you're in the flow of the game, you're used to getting the ball and hurry up, shoot, because the defender's right there with a hand.
It's coming at you.
Right? And they're all over you, right?
Yeah.
But you just saw times where Beasley got it, and it was like, there's nobody here, right? Like I could make a picnic, I could get my hair done, I could, write a novel before I shoot it. And you see players a lot more times than not when they, unless it's like Steph or Clay, but more times than not when a guy gets the ball and he's wide open, usually they end up missing those.
Yeah.
When they actually take a second to think about it, because it's an adjustment in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And Beasley is going to get more wide open shots than he's ever had in his career, because you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis that are such a rim pressure. They demand all your attention from a defensive standpoint, even with LeBron and AD playing as poorly as they did yesterday, or to some people it was poorly. I didn't think it was that. I mean, LeBron had a bad shooting night, but he still impacted the game in other ways with his playmaking, Davis with his defense and shot blocking. But most people would look at those stat lines and go, oh, they had bad games. But even with that,
crazy when you could call LeBron James a bad game, almost a triple double. I mean, that in and of itself just shows how great he is. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's magical. But like, that's the thing though, is that with him, with the attention that LeBron and AD draw, teams have to pack the paint to an extent. And the beauty of Beasley is he's a three-point shooter that goes to his shot. He gets his shot. Like even the commentators last night talked about this briefly, and they talked about how like he's up there with the Stephs and Clays of the world, the Jordan Pooles, like guys like that, because a lot of times you'll see like dead-eye shooters or snipers or whatever. They are usually like just kind of camped at their spot, and just stay there, or they're or the spot up in the corner or whatever, right? That is usually how it goes. But you get these Clays, these Stephs that are constantly moving without the ball, and you watch Beasley. He's here. Oh, nothing. Boom. Let me go over here. Oh, nothing over here. Okay, let me come over here. Okay, nothing over here. Let me get over here. Oh, now I got the ball. Boom, splash. Right? And Beasley has the green light, which is good. That's what you want. Now, firstly, I'd like Beasley to not have to shoot every shot, because there was like 3 shots last night that were just, I mean, and he knew it too, because he literally, after he took there was one of the shots, after he took the shot, he ran over to Darvin Ham and said, my bad, I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't have taken that. And Darvin Ham told him, like, don't worry about it, keep shooting.
But when you're on the edge and you're like maybe in that, when you're feeling it, even if you're feeling a little bit as a shooter, you're going to take it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like a heat check. You have to just, like.
No, trust me, this wasn't a heat check.
No, I know. And I don't know. And I know, but like, even when you're just a great shooter, the bad shots, they're going to, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't have a problem with, because you're going to have one here and there. You're just taking so many shots. But there were shots that, like, for example, there was one where he got the ball, there was nothing there, and tried to go create his own shot, and there was still nothing there. And instead of kicking it out, setting up a play, or doing something, he just kind of threw it up. Like it wasn't even like a set shot or a pull up or nothing. It was just kind of this like almost dart that he just threw, which there was still like 15 seconds on the shot clock. Like, dude, like it's fine. We got time. Like, give the ball up, get back to your spot, and they'll probably give it to you again because you're wide open. And look, that'll come with time. I'm not complaining about it. I just think
he's still running our offense too,
Yeah, I mean, everything takes time. But that also comes with volume shooters, especially when you give them the full green light, because the Lakers want him every time he touches the ball to just shoot it, right? Like that's literally his job and assignment. If you're wide open, you shoot it. Do not
I was about,
overlook.
I was about to say, Dervin's like, all right, look, if you do not want the ball shot at the particular moment, do not pass it to,
Yeah, do
do
not
not pass
pass it.
it Beasley.
But no, but that's the thing with him being such a good high volume shooter. It's fine. That's what you want. You want him to have the green light. You want him to shoot 10 threes a game, whatever, right? If that's what you're trying to do. But the beauty is too is that because it's not just that he's a high volume shooter.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you and me could go out there and shoot 10 threes a game, and we're probably gonna make 3 a game, right?
yeah,
If we're lucky, if that, right? But he's a high volume shooter and still maintains a good 3-point percentage, right? Like the difference is like you see a lot of guys, yeah, they're like 40% from three. Like Troy Brown is a great example. Like Troy Brown is like 40% from three, but he only takes like 2 or 3 a game.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's it's a lot different to be 40% over the course of a season on 2 or 3 attempts a game than it is on 10 attempts per game. I
yeah,
mean, literally, Beasley's taking over a handful of games as many as you're taking over the entire season. Like,
yeah.
so it's not, we are not the same, but he's able to continue
Mhm.
to knock it down at an efficient clip, which is really going to help the Lakers going forward because it's that much more impressive.
Yeah,
He's top 10 in 3-pointers made this year. I believe he's 7th. And then also on top of that, him having the good 3-point percentage is very helpful as well. But again, you're gonna have games. You're gonna have the good and the bad games. You're gonna have the games where he goes and he gives you like something like this. He's 7 of 11 from three,
yeah.
and then you're gonna have the other games where he's just 3 of 10 or whatever. It's just again, it's all part of the game. It's all
Not
part of how that works.
and I agree. And not to mention, you mentioned him getting open looks. I'm wondering how much of that do you think is like, okay, it's a new player on a new team, so it's one of those like obviously, like if you're the coach, you're scouting for this. Hey, like guys, we got the Lakers coming up tonight. Beasley, he's a sharpshooter. But my thing is like, it's different when a player is identified by a team. You know what I mean? Like you go to Golden State, you're just
Like,
man, hey, run out to the 3-point line and just whatever you do, like you know what I mean. But I think people aren't necessarily used to having like shooters on the Lakers, like a sharpshooter like that. So how much of that do you think is like, oh shoot, I forgot, Beasley's here now. You know what I mean?
it won't matter in the grand scope of things. Like
In terms of
because
him getting left open, like, yeah.
yeah, no, he's still gonna get wide open threes. It's just gonna happen over the course of the game. Because the problem is that you can't really run him off the ball
Yeah.
for one, and two, again with LeBron and AD and the attention that they draw, you have no choice.